Hello my friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Kristin and today I am doing a collab with my good friend Kelly from Freedom in a Budget. I know most of you guys have already heard of her, but not only is Kelly my YouTube friend, but she's also my in real life friend. We have had the opportunity to spend time together at 2 different conferences last year. Unfortunately, we won't be able to do so this year since everything in the world is canceled. But we thought it would be fun to get together. We make a lot of similar videos and we have a lot of similar viewers in our audience, so we thought it would be fun to finally collab and share some of our favorite tips to saving money around the house with you today. Kelly's channel is called Freedom in a Budget and she's been on YouTube for years. She has so many videos all about saving money on groceries. She has a new course that actually teaches you how to save money on groceries, which I love. I had actually gone through the course. It's awesome. You guys will love it too. When you are finished here watching my video, I hope you will take a minute and head over to Kelly's video. I'll leave the link down in the description. You can get her tips for saving money around the house, and I hope you will subscribe and check out some of her other videos while you're there because I know you will love her. And if you are here and you landed on this video because you came to my channel from Kelly's video, then thank you so much for being here. Welcome, my name is Kristin. I make videos mostly about personal finance, especially budgeting, frugal living, and paying off debt. I'm so happy to have you here. And if you like this video, I hope you will consider subscribing to my channel and sticking around for future videos. All right, guys, so it's no secret that I love to save money. And one of the ways I don't think I've ever really talked about here on my channel is how I like to save money specifically around the house. Now, for some reason, I noticed a lot of the tips I came up with for today's video seem to talk about house cleaning stuff. And over the past year or two, I've definitely been trying to go a little bit more green and cut out some of the chemicals that I'm using here in my home, around my kids, around my pets. Plus, cleaning products and supplies are super expensive. One of the ways that you can make your dish soap last way longer is actually by watering it down. Most of the dish soaps are pretty concentrated. Just adding a small amount of water really isn't going to take away its sensing power or make it any less effective, but it is going to make your dish soap last a lot longer. Go ahead, take off the cap and put a little bit of water right in the dispenser and shake it up a little bit. You don't want to shake it too much because you're just going to end up with a huge container of suds, but just swirl it around a little bit and mix the water with the soap and you're good to go. The next thing I like to do is grab all of my sponges and rags at the dollar store. Now, I don't buy any cleaners there unless they are brand name cleaners and a brand that I'm familiar with, but the sponges and rags, you're just going to use them literally to put dirt on them. So they actually hold up pretty well and you're going to save a ton of money right off the bat. Then when I actually use the sponges or the cleaning rags, I cut them in half. Half a sponge is going to do the same job that a whole sponge is going to do, and it's just going to last twice as long. And as soon as my sponges start looking rough or have food or something on them, I throw them out because it kind of grosses me out. So this way I'm buying the same amount, but I'm gonna make them last twice as long. As far as cleaning rags, a lot of times we will just go ahead and use old t-shirts or maybe old towels. But if we're running low, I will sometimes grab some from Dollar Tree and go ahead and cut those in half as well, and you're just getting more bang for your buck. The next thing you can do to save a lot of money around the house is to just go ahead and make your own cleaners. Not only is it a lot safer for your household, it is so cheap. There are a ton of different recipes you can find by Googling or even looking through Pinterest. One of the things I really like to do is take my leftover citrus peels to good all-purpose cleaner. So I put my citrus peels in a bottle, I fill it halfway with vinegar, I let it sit there underneath my sink for maybe about a week or two, and then I go ahead and mix that with water in another spray bottle, and I use that to clean my counters all the time. If you're into more natural type cleaners or you just really want to save money, definitely start looking for some recipes to make your own DIY cleaners and you'll save a lot of money that way. My next tip to save money around the house is to be diligent and consistent in organizing all of the areas of your home. I know that might not seem like it has anything to do with saving money, but here's the thing. When you are organized, it's really easy to see exactly what you have. Everything has a place, you know where to find everything, and it really does make a difference. So how many times have you gone to look for something, you couldn't find it, and you really needed it, so you ran right out to the store and grabbed another one, only to come home and find the one you already had the next day? So making sure that you keep the spaces in your home in a orderly fashion is going to avoid that problem. So you're not going to be going out and spending money unnecessarily on things that you already had and really didn't need. The next tip is to try and borrow things instead of buying. Now again, I think our first inclination is to go out and purchase something that we need, but just take a moment and pause. Is this something that you're going to use often, or is it something that maybe you only need to use once or twice a year? We had a power washer that broke, and my husband was going to go ahead and buy a new one this year, and since we didn't really have the money budgeted at the time, we opted to borrow one from a family member instead, since we only use it once or twice a year. Now at some point we'll start saving and get a new one, but it was silly to go out and spend money that we really didn't have when we could just as easily borrow it. So take pause before you rush to the store and buy something, especially if it's something that costs a little bit more. Of course, if it's something that you use all the time, it makes sense to probably just get it yourself. But if not, maybe consider borrowing it until you can save for your own. My next tip to saving around the house is to DIY. I always say this, but YouTube is your friend. I can't tell you how many times we had something break and my husband just fiddled with it and watched YouTube videos and did research until he was finally able to fix it himself. Guys, repairmen are crazy expensive, so it's definitely worth it to try to fix things and learn how to manage different things around your house yourself, or don't be afraid to ask for help. If you have a handy family member, maybe there's something that you could even trade with them. If you don't want to ask them for a favor for free, maybe there's something you can offer them of greater value. Maybe there's a skill that you have that you could offer to almost swap with them, and then it's a win-win. My next tip is to do the same thing with the dish soap that we talked about with your laundry detergent. Now, obviously, if you're someone who uses the little laundry pods, that's not really a possibility, but if you are someone who uses liquid laundry detergent, again, they are super concentrated these days, so you can add a little water, swish it around, and I promise your clothes will get just as clean. Or you can just use a little bit less in the cap. I'm telling you, I swear their recommendations tell you to use more than you really need, so you go through it faster and have to buy it sooner. Go ahead and water that down to save some money. The last tip I have for you today is to price match. Now, if you're anything like me, you probably get in your routines and buy your food at the same place most of the time. You probably buy your household items at the same place most of the time. So I want you to just start paying attention to the prices. If you're a super nerd like I am, then you maybe have a spreadsheet where you can track all the prices at the different stores you like to shop at, but just blindly assuming that prices are going to be cheaper at certain stores is simply not the case. In fact, just last year, I noticed the prices at my Aldi seemed to be creeping up, and I went ahead and price matched most of the items that we buy on a regular basis between Aldi and Walmart, and I was shocked to find out that a ton of items were actually cheaper at Walmart than they were at Aldi. Now, of course, prices are going to fluctuate, so it's something you just want to keep an eye on, but especially if you purchase a lot of the same items over and over and over, you're just going to start remembering the prices, and you're going to start to notice when prices start to creep up or when prices drop. So paying attention to the prices of the items that you purchase on a regular basis and buying them where you find the best price can really start saving you a good amount of money. All right, guys, so those are my tips for saving money around the house. Don't forget to go check out Kelly's video. I know she's gonna have some great tips for you as well. I appreciate you watching today. If you like this video, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos on Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I would love to see you back here. Have a great day. Bye.